let's give Sammie like an amazing, warm, super awesome, like super enthusiastic, clapping, yelling, maybe not spitting, because that's apparently how we spread this COVID thing. Like very, very warm applause. Give it up, everybody, for the amazing Sammie James!
Hey. Yeah, so I was recently informed that I have they used that word, extremely dense breasts. Now you know I have breasts. And here's the thing. I have one question for this medical professional. Hey, buddy, why'd you have to bring their intelligence into this? Because yeah, I get it. They're not smart. But they were in the room. And anyway, I went in there for a mammogram, not a roast. That was completely uncalled for. I should clarify that by recently, I mean 3 years ago. But I bring this up now because it actually recently dawned on me that this experience where I went in for a mammogram, which is essentially having your breast crushed because I thought I found a lump, a doctor thought they felt a lump, and I didn't want to die, only to be informed that nope, I don't have a lump on my breast. I just have lumpy breasts? That is one of the least painful, awkward, and uncomfortable healthcare experiences I have had as a trans person. Oh my God, that is not okay. To make matters worse, I, like a lot of other trans folks, have had to educate my own doctors. I have had to become every doctor that I see. I have had to become their portable 101 trans guide, okay? And I've been asked so many invasive questions that have nothing to do with the task at hand. I've had so many weird experiences. And now let me clarify, because this can be confusing. I am a trans woman. This means that I was assigned male at birth, but I identify as a woman. This is as opposed to a trans men who identify as men but were assigned female at birth. And this is the most basic 101 binary trans identity definition that I can give you, and none of you needed it. I'm going out on a limb and assuming that no one here has a medical degree. Why do I keep having to tell the people who do these basic facts? I remember one time, this was one of the extremes. I went in, I was getting tested for some stuff, and the doctor went through some possible symptoms before finally asking, so how's your period? Are you having regular menstruation? And because I had already had the 101 conversation where I had said, I'm a trans woman, I couldn't help myself. And I said, oh my God, extremely irregular. I can't remember when my last period was. Also, once again, I am trans. And she's like, oh my God, I am so sorry. While you're here, is there any chance you could be pregnant? Okay. Yes, I did find a new doctor. So now here's the thing. I know some people are wondering, yeah, that's an extreme. That must have been uncomfortable. And I'm sure it's uncomfortable for you, Sammie. But sometimes, isn't it relevant? Shouldn't your doctor ask things about your body, your medication, your medical history, and even, I'm sorry, Sammie, even your genitals? And here's the thing, I do understand. Sometimes it is medically relevant, but it is really weird when some of those questions come from a dentist. Oh my God. So being trans is actually not the only medical loop that I have to jump through. Okay, I am also a chronically ill and disabled person. I have a condition that makes walking difficult for me, and it especially gives me trouble on stairs. Now, luckily, I have been able to put some time in, and I have developed a method of going downstairs that really works for me. And if you have trouble, well, you are welcome to borrow this. This wonderful method is, well, fuck, I hope I make it. Yeah, it works wonders. It's a miracle cure. And I came up with it all on my own. But here's the thing, I actually haven't had to use it much lately because in the past 2 years, I have gotten my health a little bit under control. And I have actually, in these past 2 years, been walking 100% without the aid of a cane. Yeah, this is you can clap, sure. This has been nice. And yes, it has been weird getting healthier during the worldwide pandemic. And I feel really self-conscious when I walk now, because while I can do it, I'm very aware that whenever I do, I look like I either A, really need to go to the bathroom, probably true, like B, like I am going to fall over at any moment, probably true, or C, like I am 2 kids trying to sneak into an R-rated movie, not true. It is why I can't wear a trench coat, though. So my health issues, they don't just make walking difficult for me, they give me other things. I have muscle spasms and uncontrollable movements. And I feel self-conscious anytime one of these things happens. But one time, this went to a whole new level because I was in a public bathroom, peeing, that's what we do in there. And my leg decided, this one, it was you, my leg decided, oh my God, Sammie's peeing. This would be the perfect time to have a muscle spasm. So powerful that it kicked the stall door open. Yeah, my leg was wrong. I don't know if any of you lovely people have ever yelled out loud at your own body in a public space, but this happened and I couldn't help myself. I shouted at the top of my lungs, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing? We have enough reasons to feel uncomfortable in here." It is bad enough they don't make tall people sinks. Seriously, somebody make a tall people sink. Yeah, so my health is in a good place now, but this didn't happen overnight. This took a long time, and it took a long time for me to even get a diagnosis. Now, I have a neurological condition, and to find this out, I had to go to so many doctors. I had to be asked so many invasive questions that had nothing to do with the task at hand. And I had to have so many uncomfortable tests. Now, the worst one of these is something called an EMG. And if you aren't familiar with this, if you don't know what that is, well, let me tell you, OMG, it is not for me. Now, the thing is, I will let all of you make your own choices. I'm going to tell you all about it. You can tell me if this is something that you're into. Now, you're going to go into a doctor's office. The first thing they're going to do is strap you to a bed. I do not know if they do that to everyone, but they strapped me to a bed. The second thing they're going to do is they are going to put electrodes all over your body. And eventually, those electrodes are going to do what electrodes do and shock you. Now, before they do that, though, they put these belts up and down the muscles of your arms and legs. Fun fact about these, they are covered in needles. These needles insert into all of your muscles. And while the test is happening, the needles send messages to a graph on the other side of the room and tell it, I don't know, science-y things. Now, if that doesn't sound fun enough, this lasted 2 hours. And if that doesn't sound fun enough, now there is no good time for a doctor to ask a trans person invasive questions that have nothing to do with the task at hand. But it is a really bad time when that trans person is strapped to a bed with needles in their arms and legs and electrodes all over their body. But that is what proceeded to happen. I lay down and she says, so any chance you might be pregnant? And I said, no, I'm trans. Huh? Okay. Why do you inject estrogen again? Oh, again, I'm trans. What? Okay, so you're trans. Uh-huh, yeah. At what age did you know, and how can you prove it? Whoa, this is, I'm a little uncomfortable with this. I don't think you should be, oh my God, am I in conversion therapy? My family said they were fine with this. Oh, there is so much empathy in this room. I appreciate it. But also, cut it out. So, there is no good time to ask a trans person invasive questions. Just don't do it. Don't ask us about surgery. Don't ask us about our genitals. Don't do it. However, I am a comedian. And some topics are just hard to walk away from for the premise of a joke. Okay? So I will tell you that I am someone who has had a form of bottom surgery. What form of bottom surgery, you may be wondering? Well, that is, of course, none of your fucking business. But I bring this up because there is a very important conversation to have around this. That important conversation is, did you know that when you have something removed from your body, They don't let you keep it? Because when I woke up, I was upset. Okay? I had a place on a bookshelf picked out. Okay? There was a sign. It said clearly, reserved for the jar of Sammie's former testicles. I was so excited to have people over the house. They walk in, they look at the jar, they look at me, they look at the jar, they look at me, and I say, oh, those? Oh yeah, I found those. Or, just imagine, in the case of cis men, the warning I have in my home. Okay, I have a guy over, he comes into the room, he looks at the jar, he looks at me, he looks at the jar, he looks at me. Oh, those? Oh yeah, you? Better behave. Now, before I go any further, I think this is as good a time as any to explain all this. I am actually a butch trans woman. Yeah, and some people are confused. If you are, I'd like you to know you're not alone. I remember years ago, my mom sat me down and she said, you know, Sammie, when you were growing up, we were prepared for gay. Yeah, we were ready for woman. But we just were never prepared for butch lesbian. And I said, Mom, I understand what you're saying to me, and I want you to know it's okay. You actually have nothing to worry about. I am bisexual. So I say bisexual because I am that. But I'll be honest, a couple years ago, I had a very worrying thought and I had a very serious conversation with myself. Because I was looking at the relationship I'd just gotten out of, all the dates I'd been on, and even all the people I was just finding attractive. And they were all trans masculine people. So as a trans woman, I got concerned. And I said to myself, oh my God, me? Yeah, me? Are we straight? Oh my God, I hope not. I don't think we can do that. I don't think we can do that either, body. And it was at this moment, as I am freaking the hell out, that from one direction walks a beautiful woman, and from the other direction walks a beautiful non-binary person. And they cross in front of me. And as they do, light shines down. I fall on my knees and I shout to the heavens, oh dear God, thank you. Anyone can still do it for me. Hey, how are you two doing? That is, of course, how I met my next partner. Here's the thing, I am bisexual, I'm a queer person, but I've really tried to figure out what my type is. And it's been really hard because really I can find myself attracted to people of all genders, people of all body types, people of all presentation. But I put some time in and I figured it out. My type is total weirdos. Now, I should clarify, before the wrong people get excited, I mean cute weird. I mean sweet weird. Not creepy weird. Not scary. Okay? If you are staring at me so much, I fear for my life, we do not have a future. If the things you are saying to me make me fear I might end up in your basement. We do not have a future. However, if you have a dinosaur costume, if you have a mushroom farm in your apartment, if you speak Klingon, Dothraki, and Elvish, baby, sign me up. Those are, of course, 3 real people. So I have figured out my type, and this once again matters because I am once again single. Yeah, I went through a breakup this year, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been really rough. This was the most in love I've ever been with another person, and I know this because of how I went about telling people. Because previously, it had gone something like, oh, yeah, I'm not having a good day. Me and blank broke up. Or, yeah, I'll be there, but so-and-so won't. We aren't seeing each other anymore. Or, I finally realized you know who is a piece of shit. I'm done. I'm free. But this time, when I logged out of that Zoom meeting, that's right, little fun wrinkle that the pandemic threw into my romantic life, we broke up over Zoom. Oh yeah, and when I logged out, I fell to the floor and I shouted up to the heavens, "Oh dear God, why?" Before only being able to muster a group text to my closest friends that said, "Sammie sad, need cute." That's right, my heart broke so much that I could no longer form complete sentences. Clearly, I got better. And the thing is, to my friends' credit, they didn't miss a beat, okay? They understood immediately. And within a few seconds, very first response, hamster in a little hat. Like, how did they know? I just imagine all my friends in a meeting somewhere, and they're just like, "Sammie sad, need cute, hamster, little hat, stat." Hamster, little cat, cat and dog, best friends, send it. Is that a goat? Send all the goats. Sammie need goat. So I re-downloaded some dating apps, and I'm not looking forward to being on them again. You will all be happy to know that after a few days on dating apps, I have already been asked about my genitals. And you will also be happy to know that I am seriously considering dating that doctor. So, I'm not looking forward to getting back on dating apps. I've had some really interesting experiences on dating apps. One of them actually happened after I started dating my ex. Because you see, we were dating, but it took me a while to remember to delete the apps. And in that time, I started getting messaged by an older woman. My first thought was, ooh, I need to delete these. My second thought was, ooh, that 65-year-old is hot. My third thought was, ooh, have I met her? Oh, just wait. You are in for a ride. because it slowly dawned on me that this woman was the mom of an asshole I went to high school with. And I need to know, please, how petty is too petty? Okay, how far is too far to bring a grudge from over 15 years ago? Because I am not polyamorous, but I am vengeful. I was in love with my girlfriend, but I have always been in love with revenge. I am not poly, but I have considered it. And I once had someone explain it to me. They said, you know, Sammie, being poly, that's just opening up a relationship to more love. And I thought, oh my God, that is beautiful. So I actually did have a similar conversation with my partner. I sat her down and I said, so honey, how would you feel about maybe, possibly, just a little bit, opening up our relationship to more spite? Oh, come on, baby, don't begrudge me this grudge date. So here's the thing, there is good news, okay? I went through a breakup, and that's sad. But this asshole I knew over 15 years ago, well, I might be able to give his life a little shakeup. No, I'm not going to do it. But I will forever hold on to the fantasy of him coming home to visit his mom. She stops him in the doorway. She says, hey, honey, before you come in, we have to talk. So you know how I came out a couple years ago? You've been so supportive. Thank you so much. The thing is, I met someone, and I'm in love. She's a lot younger than me, but love is blind. The heart wants what the heart wants. Other cliche romance sayings. We did something crazy. We got married. I'd like you to meet your new stepmom. I step next to her in the doorway. He looks at his mom, he looks at me. He looks at his mom, he looks at me. And I say, hey, asshole. She's fine with me calling her son an asshole in this scenario. Hey, asshole. Remember me? I hate you. Your mom loves me. He could love me, who knows? Your mom loves me. Go to your room. That is probably weird to say to another 33-year-old, but hey, hopefully if this day comes, I'll think of a better line. And then again, maybe I won't have to, okay? Like I said, it's been a long time since high school. I've grown as a person, I've changed. Maybe he has too. And maybe through our mutual love of this woman, we grow to care for each other and see each other as family. And then one day, the sad day comes, and she dies. Yeah. We get... That is quite the laugh at a death. I'm here for it. It's fine. We get each other through the funeral. We're cleaning out her attic. And he says to me, you know, Sammie, I really miss my mom, but at least we still have each other. And I look at the boxes I'm putting away. I look at him. I look at the boxes, I look at him, and I say, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I miss my wife. But at least I still played the long game. She wrote you out of the will. And then I disappear in a poof of smoke and glitter that he will never clean up. And I am realizing now that I am vindictive. Oh my God, please remind me to never get on my bad side. Whew. So, I turned 33 this year, and I am very aware that that is not old, okay? But I'm also reminded every day that I am getting older, okay? I am well aware that I have entered a new stage of life. And I know this because I have learned a major difference, okay? This is the big difference between being over 30 and when I was under 30. Now, this is not getting tired earlier. It isn't being more responsible. No. The difference is sneezing is dangerous now. And I know. I'm sorry. I wrote this joke before it took on a whole new meaning. What I am talking about is that in the past 3 years, I have hit my head, hurt my back, and somehow pulled a pectoral muscle, all while sneezing. And I want to know, why are we not preparing young people for this? Okay, if you are a parent, you need to sit your kids down and you tell them, so kids, as you grow, be sure to practice safe sex and relationships, save money for the future, enjoy sneezing while you can. I'm just saying, I would have really appreciated my parents giving me that talk. And the thing is, like, what other talks am I not going to get? Okay? What other bodily functions are about to become minefields as I enter new decades of life? Okay? 40, is it farting? 50, is it peeing? 80, is it blinking? I don't know. And now, here's the thing. All of those, every single one of them, is certainly, definitely going to happen to me. But maybe it's just me. Maybe this has nothing to do with age. Because you see, I've just always been an accident-prone human being. Now, we do not have time for everything, but I am going to give you just a short list of other things I have hurt myself in the middle of. Number 1, eating. I do not get it either. Number 2, sitting down. Number 3, getting up from the chair I just hurt myself sitting down in. Number 4, this is the big one. This is the big one. Number 4, sleeping. And you are wondering, Sammie James, how did you hurt yourself sleeping? I am asking me the same question. The best I have been able to figure it out, put it together, is that I was laying down. My body was here. My arm was here. And body says to arm, hey, arm, yeah, body? We're going to roll over. You want to come with? Nah, I'm okay. I'm going to hang here and get tangled in this bed sheet. It's like, okay, have fun. Body rolls over, arm stays there, and eventually arm says, you know what? Screw it. I'll go. But Arm can't go, okay? Arm, as I mentioned, Arm got tangled in a bedsheet. So Arm is trying her best. She's forcing her way through, and eventually, Arm does it. Yay, Arm! No, not yay, Arm, because Arm used too much force. Arm built up too much momentum, and I wake up to me punching me in the face. Now, here's the thing. If you are under 30, this may or may not be a rite of passage that you have to contend with. I don't know. What I do know is that I have definitely entered a new stage of life. I have ended my, young years. I know 30's still young, but I have entered a new stage of life. And I know this for 2 reasons besides the sneezing thing. Okay, number 1. This is embarrassing, but I have become my mother. Yeah, this happens to a lot of people. It's rough for anyone, but it's particularly rough for me as a trans woman because I transitioned into my mother. Okay, are you listening? This all could have been avoided. Like, sure, I'm happy now, and that's great. I appreciate it. But I had to find out that my happiest, most authentic self is a younger version of my mom? No one should find that out. That's too much. Possibly even worse, my mom had to find out that her younger version is a butch trans woman. That's gotta be weird for a mother of 3. So, third reason I know that I am in a new stage of life is that my body, she has started telling me repeatedly that she wants a baby. Yeah. Now that's a complex conversation for anyone to have, but there are unique aspects for queer and trans people like myself. Further complicated by the fact that, again, remember, for the doctors, I am a trans woman. So I have had to sit my body down many times and just explain our current situation. I say, hey, body, can you come in here? No, it's fine. So, no, you're not in trouble. Come on, sit. So, body, I know you want a baby. Thing is, you do realize that we're single right now, right? But I want one. Okay, we don't have any money. But I want one. Okay, now body, big one. This is the big one. We don't have a uterus. Yeah? And? Okay, so body, what's your game plan here? What do you think we can do about this? And body looks up at me with our big, beautiful eyes. And she says, I don't know, me. Can we steal one? And I'm like, whoa, body, I need to shut that down right away. I say, body, no. Okay, our community does not need that scandal. People are busy making up fake ones. We don't need to give them a real one. We aren't going to do that. So Body sulks for a little bit. She doesn't talk to me for a few days. But she always gets over it, and we always make up again. And so, just to repeat, I do not have kids. I am not a parent. But I do very often feel like I am my own body's single parent. Okay? It's just all the same conversations I've overheard over and over again. It's just a whole lot of, body, go to sleep. Body, you need to go to the bathroom. I told you to do this before we left the house, Body. Body, you can't have a cookie. Body, we can't steal a baby. Okay, that last one might just be me and my body. That one is just me. Oh, well, thank you all for being here, and thank you for going on this wild ride with me. But I have some bad news. Yeah, that's it for me. Oh, I hope you had a good time, and I hope you have a good night. Have a good night, everybody.
Keep it going for Sammie James!